Svita, go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this is my personalized learning plan. I'm Sahasra. So my goals out of this course was that I wanted to achieve more efficient study techniques and be more productive, because over junior year, I found myself lacking motivation a little bit and procrastinating a lot. So I wanted to develop more efficient study techniques by AP testing, because everything I learned was going to be put to the test. So my contents for today are my academic goals, learning guideline, cognitive environment, comfortable and non-comfortable learning ways, applied practices, reflections, and strengths. So to start off, for my academic goals, because I'm a junior and college apps are coming up, I know what I want to achieve in terms of college. I want to study public health and applied psychology at my dream college, NYU. I would also like to achieve a good SAT and ACT score and excel in my college apps and ECs, because I'm applying to the pre-med track. So these test scores do play a good role in my college app process. Learning guidance. My study preference is visual and kinesthetic. My personality type is ENFJ, and my learning style is that I understand more when I explain or rephrase a concept in my own words or through diagrams. So that basically means that when I teach someone something or when I look at something visually, I tend to grasp more of content. My cognitive environment. I like to learn in a calm and well-lit environment with organized materials. Organization really helps me stay calm when I'm studying, and I prefer to study with some music on, depending on what work I'm working on, but just some music. My evaluation. I'm very comfortable with teaching others. That's a study method I use a lot, or getting taught using diagrams, rephrasing information in my own words, and learning through any visual material. It helps me recite anything I've learned and shows that I actually know the concept. But I'm not as well comfortable with learning through readings or a lot of memorization, because when it's just paragraphs and paragraphs of information, often I zone out while reading it and I don't grasp it as well. This is an example of my calendar. I tend to use a weekly calendar for my events of the day. Events per day in the week. My note-taking method that I usually apply is mapping out. So I use like a web to map out main ideas to details and just highlight any notes. The study technique I use the most often is teaching a concept to someone else or rephrasing something that someone else has taught me. For exams, I learned to use spaced practice, especially for larger exams, because cramming does not always work. My study space is usually an organized, calm, and ventilated environment, and I use a weekly calendar. For my curriculum-based note-taking, I use subject-based folders, and I have a notebook and a folder per class, so I separate my backpack based on my schedule. Reflections. This week, what went well was that I was able to stay on track with my community service. However, since it is the start of the semester and nearing internship applications and course selections, I did get a little overwhelmed, knowing that college apps are coming up. I did notice, though, that I kept my motivation up, which was very positive and a helpful change, because my college and career goals really helped me motivate myself throughout this, and the study techniques that I learned helped me stay on track. My strengths and weaknesses. My strengths are being career and academic focused, making sure to making sure to clearly see my goals. I also make sure to be organized and keep up with my motivation and try to implement all the study techniques I've learned. However, my weaknesses are sometimes procrastinating and struggling to make sure to space out my studying and making it regular and not just cramming the day before. That's it. Thank you.
Wonderful, Sahasra. It's so good to see that you're so well aware about where you're struggling and making course corrections according to that. So that's like your biggest strength, in my opinion, is that you're able to change your navigation or your course as needed. That was wonderful. You want to share a few words about how this program helped you?
Yeah. So, before this program, I noticed that like a few things do help me learn, but I think this program helped me gain a lot more clarity and try to use these techniques like in a more efficient and organized way so that it provides the best results. Because something I have been struggling with is um, continuity in repeated and spaced practice and spaced studying because as you get older, what you learn is always tested fully at the end of the year. So you can't let go of information. And these study techniques really help me with that.
Sahasra. A big round of applause to Sahasra and your wonderful plan. It's the very fact that you've taken time to understand your strengths and weaknesses and create a plan. In my books, is like 75% towards